Hello and welcome to Teen Mom Trash Talk. This is episode 381. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, comedian Noelle Winters Herzog.
Hi.
Hi. I love the early seasons.
Okay, so I have to tell you, I actually don't remember any of this, and I'm almost like, did I even watch the first season of Original Teen
Did
Mom?
you not watch it?
I was always very into Teen Mom too. I never really liked
No, I
Original
know.
Teen Mom. So I don't, it's like I remember some of it, so
Hmm.
maybe I watched it once.
Right. This was my
Because
OG.
Farrah's friends, I've never seen them in my whole life.
Well,
These
here's the thing.
guys,
Farrah hasn't had friends in 25 years. So like
right?
you, yeah, I
Sure.
could see where they would go by the wayside.
Yeah, sure. Like I don't remember that. Like there are just certain things I'm like, interesting. Who knew that that happened? Like I can't believe that Ryan was dancing.
Yeah,
You
he was.
know,
He
it's like
sure
weird
was.
things. Yeah.
Well, before we jump into the pool, guys, join us over at Patreon, patreon.com/trash talk podcast. So, if you want to listen to the old episodes of Teen Mom Trash Talk, they are available at patreon.com/trash talk podcast. Also available is
Mhm.
Macaroni Rascals, a Jersey Shore podcast. So Pumped to Vanderpump Rules podcast, Unexpected Trash Talk, which is the entire series of Unexpected. Tons of bonus episodes, including BS, where we just kind of
BS.
and then also Recycled with Noelle and Michael. They cover pop culture classic movies, Jersey Housewives season 2, Mob Wives, Total Divas, and more.
Yeah, we're covering The Hangover. We're recording it this week.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, it's gonna be so fun.
Amazing. Guys, check
Mhm.
it out. Patreon.com/trash talk podcast. You're getting more from our Patreon than you'll ever get from anyone's
Yeah,
Patreon.
and also
Yeah.
everyone puts their old episodes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Behind the
Like
paywall.
I know, but it's like every single podcast does this.
Well,
Yeah, we
we
can't
do
have him
too.
out here, William
You
Nilliam.
can't have them out there. But now, also, guys, if you want this podcast the day we recorded up to a week early, make sure you join at the elite level. Also, you'll get access to our secret group and you'll get a free sticker one-time offer. Um, let's jump into the pool with Macy and Ryan.
One time offer.
Yeah, I mean, you can't keep asking for a free sticker.
It's crazy. Okay, so I want to say this, right?
Yeah.
Macy.
Yeah.
I forget, like she was like really into dirt bikes and like
Yes.
race cars,
Oh,
and
I don't
like you,
forget.
I see her car, and I'm like, I
Oh,
forgot.
no, this was
Yeah,
her
this is the stuff
thing.
I forget.
That
Right.
was what she was into. And I got to tell you, it's like, it's probably her entire town is into that.
Right, because like how like Mackenzie was super into like the Derby.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
could see
it's a
that.
thing. It's
Yeah,
really a thing. This is a
yeah.
lifestyle. It's
It's
like,
just crazy. It's like, yeah, Macy used to like ride these dirt
mhm.
bikes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
wild
it's
to
like how
me.
Josh was into the rodeo.
Yeah, it's so wild to me. It's all of this.
Don't you remember? That's how she met Kyle.
Yeah, see, no, I don't remember that.
Oh, well, hopefully we'll
I
meet him
remember
soon.
Kyle, but I don't remember how they met or
They met because
anything.
he was a dirt biker.
That would explain the head injuries.
No, wow. All right. Well, Ryan is out of town for work. He's doing that training, and the wedding is in 6 weeks.
But it's like she doesn't like him.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm like, is Macy null and void of feelings, or does she just not care about Ryan? Like, I feel like they never had a connection. I have never,
Yes.
like, I feel like they kiss because people are like, okay, now kiss. And she's like, okay.
I feel like she's kind of like this with every guy I've ever seen her with.
Yeah, she's just, I mean, I got to tell you, I watched this and I'm like, that's the way to be.
Okay, so while I'm watching this, I'm
Mhm.
like, the way she went about this, if every woman
Oh my
had enough
God.
balls to do this, everyone would be much happier.
I felt emotional watching this because I'm like, she did such a great job.
She did the right thing for herself.
Yeah, she was
Women,
like, oh, I have a boundary and that crosses my
right.
boundary. So I'm not going to be here anymore. Thank you.
It's
What?
like the amount of red flags that get ignored right away. I mean, after a week, and a girl will just willy nilly ignore them, you could save yourself years of heartbreak.
Oh my God.
Right. It's like, but Macy, like, she's like, no, no, thank you. I am not doing this. Goodbye.
Yeah. So, okay. So her dad is,
Writing
what?
bad checks.
He's bouncing Bentley all around.
The cutest baby I've ever seen.
He's so cute. He's just getting bounced and bounced and bounced. Macy is wedding dress shopping. So she finds a dress that she really likes for $14.85. It's of
Yeah.
the times.
I got to tell you, I'm like, I hate every single
The
one of these
ruching,
dresses.
the ruching is just so 2011.
Yeah, these aren't great, these dresses at all. And that's expensive.
She last year she didn't even think she was going to be getting married.
She still doesn't think she's getting married.
Okay, but that's the thing. It's like no one really thinks this wedding is happening.
No. Like, did you guys put a deposit on
No.
something? Right, but it's happening in 6 weeks.
Jen and Larry were like, if you guys get married, let us know.
Right.
We'll do something in the yard.
Please.
So Ryan comes home and he immediately wants to go out with his friends.
Yeah. And here's the thing, he's not even an addict yet.
No, but he behaves like one.
He does. So I feel like it's always been in the cards for him.
Yes. So he's driving around with his friends and she's calling him. Ryan's ignoring her and Bentley. So
But the way he's dancing in the car, I'm like, who is this?
he loves dancing. He just has dance
I
in his
can't
pants.
believe it.
It's his monster energy.
He is dressed like a full emo too.
Oh, well, was he dressed like a full emo in this one? Oh, I guess it's the same night, right?
Right, because he has on like the tie.
Yes,
and
the orange
button-down.
tie. Oh God.
What?
He is just like Billy Joe Armstrong.
Right, but yet he's dancing like he's dancing to Tupac. Like, what is it exactly?
I don't know, but they go to see Macy's mom and Macy. Oh, so her mother's like, oh, you should like tell him. And she's like, oh, I'm never going to nag him. Like ever. If he doesn't want to. And her mother's like,
This is my mantra though.
Yeah. And then her mother's like, it's not going to work.
Yeah, right. But again, I don't think anybody ever thought it was gonna.
Right. But they're also like I guess she gets her temperament from her mom.
Yeah.
Right. Because her mother's like, oh, no, thank you.
No big deal.
But she's not like getting overly emotional about it. She's like, oh, that's not going to work. She's like, you need a partner that you trust with your checkbook.
Right. And it's
like Gene, like Daddy Gene.
A typical mom too would be like, he's disrespecting you.
Right, okay, but no. Okay, depending on whose mom, because a typical mom on my end would be like,
yeah,
that is the father of your child. This is your fault. You need to be a little kinder to him. You need to give him space. Just let him do what he needs to do and just stay home and take care of your kid.
Yeah, my mom would be like, he's very hardworking. You have to be nicer to him. You have to greet him at the door with a beer. Yeah, this is my mom. Stepford wifey.
Yeah, maybe you're being
maybe
you're
annoying. The problem. Right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so he goes out with friends, and Ryan hasn't hung out with her or Bentley since he got home.
That's so sad.
So she goes out with her friends, and she's like, her friends are like, is this wedding going to happen?
Right.
So here's the thing. That's how I know that Macy doesn't really like him, because if I were in love with someone and had a baby with them and we're planning my wedding and my friends were like, wait, you're going to do this?
Right.
I would be heartbroken if they said that.
Yeah, of course.
She's like, I don't know. So now this is the next night. This is when he dresses like Billy Joe Armstrong.
Right.
And she calls him at 3 a.m., but he is at the club.
But it's like, how does he think that this is normal behavior?
I don't know. It's 5:15. He does not answer.
He just doesn't answer the phone. Right.
And she's like, well, that was his last chance.
I mean, here's the thing. Good for her. I am very much like Macy in this.
Yeah.
I don't ever say anything about anything. It's like, you know what you're doing is wrong.
But okay, that is a Noelleism.
Yes, this is me. I don't have to tell a grown man what he's doing is wrong.
Let him make his choice.
But I can't believe how fast she made the choice.
No. It's outrageous to me, because this is what you're supposed to do, and it's like something I would never do, probably.
Yeah. Like, I would do it if I didn't like him.
Right, but not if I had a kid. I gotta tell you, I don't think I would do this if I had a kid with him.
But also, she also has it pretty easy. Her parents have like this nice house. They
sure,
love
but
her.
I would
they
be like, no,
I
have to. I don't
really?
know. Yeah, I have to try to make it work. This is my family.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a child of fast divorce.
Well, I'm a child of slow death.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. My parents were married for 3 years. End of list. That's crazy.
Good. So she wants to move out. So she goes out to lunch with Keely and she tells her, I'm going to move out. So she goes home. She writes a note and she leaves.
Leaves the ring.
Bye.
And leaves.
She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I have to go. Also,
but does he care?
She leaves. She is covered in mosquito bites that are welts all over her arms.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I noticed it because I am also suffering from the same condition right
you have this
left
flaw.
leg. So Ryan calls and
he's basically like, come over.
Yeah, he's like, do you want to come to my house that I live alone
that
in?
I live with you?
She's like, okay, cool. very like not like no,
Nonchalant.
Ryan, I can't tell you.
Yeah.
She's like, okay. So she goes over and he says, quote, did I
Mm-hmm.
not tell you to work this out with me?
Mm-hmm.
What? She goes,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I tried.
I tried. I tried for a year.
And she's like, he's like, okay, I think we should just stay together. And she goes,
Right.
okay. She's like, well, I'll consider that when you become a better father.
Well, because the thing is, he doesn't even acknowledge Bentley ever.
Right. Now another thing that I love about Macy, she
Yeah.
tells all her girlfriends to move all the furniture.
I love this.
It's just the girls. And
Mm-hmm.
she's like, oh, I moved in on 8:15 and now I'm moving out on 8:15. The screaming, crying, throwing up that I would be doing at this
I
moment.
know, right? And she's
I
like,
don't care. Here's the thing.
bye.
I don't care if I didn't like him. I would be in the hospital.
And you know what, Tracy? It's so true. That is
I would be
you.
laying on the lawn.
Yeah.
I would
You'd be
be
like, you have
screaming,
to
why
call
is
an
it?
ambulance for me right now.
If you casually mention that I'm moving out the same day I moved in last year,
Yeah.
I don't think my heart could take it.
Yeah, I think you would black out.
Uh-huh.
It's so funny because like there is a duality of you. You're very cut off, but then you're also very not.
You would have to bludgeon me with my nursing chair.
That's See, I feel like in this I could handle this
I'd be like,
Macy. It would
put
be
the rocking chair on my
afterwards.
face and just sit on it and jump up and down. You have to kill me. I can't live through this.
But you don't think I would be fine during it? It's the afterwards where I would flip out.
I wouldn't have been fine during. I wouldn't have been fine after.
Wow. Even if you didn't like him, that's the crazy part for me.
Because if I had a child with someone, do you understand the seriousness I think about having a child?
I know you do.
I mean, the fact that people have these children
Yeah.
hither and thither
Yeah.
with these men is the craziest thing to me. I would have to know someone for 35 years
Me
before I
too.
had a child with
Me
them.
too. Like now,
I would-
I'm not having kids, but now I'd be like, okay, I'll have a kid with Matt.
Right. You're
Right.
like, now I just got to know you enough.
Yeah, now that I know you enough. Right.
Yes. And you know what? I would have him sign a contract that he's not allowed to leave me and we have to be together forever.
That's the crazy. Like, that's actually crazy.
Because my biggest fear, my second biggest fear is having a child. My first biggest fear is having a child and just like by myself. Because I didn't want the kid. Like, I don't know, man. I guess
yeah,
the
but
difference
I don't
is
know.
these
I
girls
think
like want
Macy
these kids.
wants this kid.
Right. But like, I don't know. I don't know if my stance would change if I actually had a kid. But this to me is such a nightmare. Even though, you know, in hindsight, this is a great idea.
Yeah. I think your stance would change once you had a kid. You could do
maybe
it.
it would, but for me to watch this, I'm like crying for Macy, and I'm like,
meanwhile,
Macy,
I'm like, Macy, you're so smart. This is great.
no,
Good for you.
Same,
yeah.
but I'm also like, I'm putting myself in this situation, and I am heartbroken because this is also a very big. I don't want to say blow to my ego, but it's like you're not good enough, Tracy. You're not good enough. You even have this guy's child, and he's not respecting you.
All right, I don't have that way of thinking. We all have our different triggers.
Yes, that's the thing. This would trigger me so
you
badly.
Yeah.
Whether I liked Ryan or not. It's like, it's not the point. The point is that I had your child.
Yeah.
And you don't even care.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It's like, now I have to kill you and the kid.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. These guys don't give a fuck.
Yeah, this would be a Romeo and Juliet.
As a matter of fact, they respect you.
Romeo and Juliet situation.
They respect you less once you have their kid, to be honest.
I know, but it's like that.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm really not interested?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Anyway, so she let's see, her friends help her move. Okay, so she said, she's like, Bentley's gonna call someone else daddy one day and he's gonna flip out. That was cash.
Yeah. Okay. But why? How do we go from that to that? You know what I'm saying?
Because she's just saying like, hey, I think I could do better. And it's like, oh, I wouldn't.
But I don't know
the
if
pity
I would
party
jump
that the pity party that I would have for so many years before I ever said something like that.
Wow, that's so funny.
Yeah, I think that's why I can't have a kid.
Yeah. Okay.
I take it.
Those are not the reasons why I can't.
I don't know.
Have a
That's
kid.
some of the reasons. So she moves into the house that checks made.
I mean, Tracy, she has a Monster Energy poster behind her door.
Yeah, it's probably from a biking.
That's from like
event.
7-Eleven.
It's probably from a biking event.
It's whatever it is. It's ridiculous. What
it's
is
from
with
Larry.
Monster and
From
this
Larry.
family?
Larry.
I mean, he still wears Monster lanyards.
He works for Monster. This is,
It's ridiculous.
Okay. And then we see Jean.
We see Gene.
He's just bouncing around, popping in
He's
and out.
Mom is putting away groceries. Everything's great.
Everything's fine. She goes into her room. She's like, Bentley, this is our new room. Give me a hug. We'll be okay.
Yeah, I know. Then I was kind of like, ooh. But it's a hot pink room. Also, I mean, I could throw up looking at this room. This is a Pepto
She's a
Bismol room. I
child.
can't handle. I
She's a
know.
child.
Does Macy have siblings? I don't know.
There's no way to know, really.
Yeah, I never know. I was wondering this when I watched this. I'm like, is there anybody else living here?
It makes me like her so much, though.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Agreed.
All right. So, Kate
Oh,
and Ty,
God. I gotta tell you,
the delusion.
it's really so crazy.
Okay, but I think I would be this delusional too.
You would be. I wouldn't be. This is not who I am.
I don't know, man. I would romanticize it all the way.
They still do it though. I guess
would
that's
too.
what gets me.
I would too. This is exactly who I am. This
This
is who I am.
This
Sorry.
I know. I know it is.
Sorry,
I
it's
try
like
to
you-
act like it's not.
It is 100% who I am.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I would have changed my name to Carly.
I know. They do romanticize it so
yeah,
much.
I would have changed my
You
name
would
to
get
Carly.
a stomach tattoo of Carly.
Yes. I would get a stomach and a back tattoo.
That's so funny.
I'd be like, I birthed a child. I gave the best gift of life to this couple who was so decrepit they couldn't have a baby.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
breathed life into their family.
But back then, at least they were nice about Brandon and Teresa. They
'Cause
speak
they-
a lot differently. I guess they're scared still.
They don't, right, but they don't know how things are going to go. They think
Mhm.
everything's going to be peaches and rainbows.
I know the way they even talk about it. They're like, yeah, we're going to see her. We're going to fly. We're going to look at tickets.
Okay.
Like,
So,
oh, I got news for you. You better start scrapbooking now, Kate.
well, she said that there's photos, there's emails, they write her a
Mhm.
letter, and then they realize they don't know her last name or where she lives.
Right.
Okay. Now, just put a pin in that.
Okay.
So, Tyler said that they both said that they're scared that they'll cut ties. And
Mhm.
Tyler said he knows that they don't have to keep in touch with them.
Right. Right. But that's not what he says now.
Okay. Well, they're getting this Carly tattoo. He's getting a rib cage stomach placement.
For his first tattoo. I don't even want to get that now. I'm scared.
Okay. And then he tells the guy's like, oh, what's her last name? He's like, well, we're going to see her a lot and as much as we want. And it's like,
Okay. So my question is, they named her Carly and then Brandon and Teresa named her Carolyn. How does this work?
Carly is short for Carolyn.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's true.
That's so they're
Then why don't they get Carolyn tattooed on them? You know what I mean?
because they think her name is Carolyn. They're not sure, but everyone calls her Carly.
Right.
So that's why. So no, and Brandon and Teresa are the ones that chose the
Also,
name.
why Carolyn? Oh, okay. I was gonna say they didn't
Yeah.
choose Carolyn.
No,
Okay.
they would have chosen
Yeah.
like, Trailer Park.
Bentley. Right.
They would have chosen like Toyota Corolla.
I had a mouthful of cherry Pepsi. Oh my God.
That
It,
was
like-
the other name they were
Oh,
going
God.
to choose. Mouth
Cherry
Cherry
Pepsi.
Pepsi. They were
Their
like, "Do
kid
you
would be
wanna name
Mountain
her-"
Dew. Come on.
They're like, do you want to name her Mouthful of Cherry Pepsi or Toyota Corolla? And Brandon and Teresa are like, hey guys, I know this is like a little premature. Don't mind the pun, but can we just name her Carolyn?
Oh my God. Tracey, that just, I don't know, man. That did something to me. I could not swallow that soda for a second.
All right. So
Okay.
they talked to Dawn about her last name.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, we need to know her last name because when people ask her last name, we have to tell them.
That's not
I
how
gotta
this
tell
works.
you, that's kind of
Uh-huh.
why they don't tell you.
Right. Because actually, that's not how this works at all.
Okay, so here's the other part.
Yeah.
I would say this is another Tracyism. I would be like, of course I know her last name. I can't share that with you.
Of course, I would say they kept my last name for her.
Right. Actually, her last name is Kate and Tyler.
Right.
Carly
Her name
Kate
is
and Tyler.
Carly Kate Tyler. Right. Like I would make up something ridiculous. I wouldn't say I don't
Right,
know
but
her
why
last
are you-
name.
The
Yeah.
whole point is so that other people don't know. Okay.
These kids are very dumb.
Well, Kate wants to see her soon. And Dawn says, respectfully, how would you do that?
Right. How would you
Okay,
do that?
now do you remember what I asked you to put a pin in?
Not knowing her address and her last name.
They do not know her last name or where she lives.
Yeah.
Where are you flying to, buddy?
Right. But they're going to look up tickets.
To where?
Yeah. Kate tells her friend she's going to look up tickets.
To?
There's no way to know.
She's like, I just want to see if there's planes that fly.
I just want to see where the planes go.
And then we'll pick a place.
Yeah.
All right. So Dawn is like, hey, here's the thing. You guys are very poor. That's basically what she says. Dawn is already like starting her shit.
Yeah, I know, but it's also like they're being dumb. These two are so dumb.
Yeah, but hello, Dawn, this was your job.
Yeah, but Dawn's a predator.
I know that.
Yeah.
So April comes for tattoo day. And then they show off.
So hard to look at.
I know. They show off all their tattoos at the bonfire.
I mean, these tattoos are poor tattoos.
Did you notice? So we just talked about something on BS about how men take tattoos worse.
Yes.
Kate says Tyler's tattoo hurts so much more than mine.
She's like, I was just sitting there talking, hanging out. Meanwhile, he was sitting there trembling, shaking.
He was in the hospital getting his tattoo.
But also, that is a psychotic.
No,
for
first. Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Amber and Gary. Was there one day in Amber's life that she wasn't the worst? Because there is a day in Farrah's life where she wasn't the worst.
Agreed. I agree with that.
Amber has never had a day in her life where she wasn't the worst human being on this whole planet.
No, she's so mean all the time, every day. Okay. Also, she looks very different. Vastly different.
Well, she looks similar to what she looks like now.
Yeah, so, but like the bangs.
The bangs are
the
banging.
Eyebrows. There are some weird things.
She doesn't even really have eyeballs.
No, she's never had an eyeball.
Yeah. It's mostly
she's blind.
slits.
Yeah, she's never had eyebrow slits.
All right. So Amber dropped out of school to raise Leah.
Oh, okay. She's doing a bang up job.
Why doesn't Leah talk to you? You talk so fondly of
her.
So she asked Gary for one of her, quote, medication pills.
Can I have one of my medication pills with my soda?
She takes it in the bathroom with chocolate milk, I think.
Oh, it was. I thought it was soda.
Oh, it might have been soda. I thought it was chocolate milk.
Regardless,
it's in the bathroom with chocolate milk and or cherry Pepsi.
She has never seen a water in her life.
Nope.
And he's like, what are these Be Nice to Gary pills?
She's yelling because there's no answering machine at the GED office.
Right. I know, but it's like, what are you so mad about?
Well, she's meeting with her career counselor. She's always mad, Noelle.
That's the problem. Mad. She's always mad.
There's no stroller. It's like, here's the thing, Amber. Just leave her in the car. You know you want to leave her in the car.
You know you want to leave her in the car. Also, you get in there and you're like, I'm putting her on the table.
Why are you putting her on the table? She puts Leah on the table. She is crawling towards Diane. Diane's eyes.
I know.
That was the funniest part of this episode is Diane, her eyes are just getting wide. She's like darting. She's like, what is happening?
Diane is a saint.
Diane is on camera and cannot hit anyone.
Yeah, but it's like, you have to come in and put the baby on the table. You can't just hold her.
Hold the baby.
Hold her. Table. And she comes in rude. She's like, I'm going to put her on the table.
She's like, oh, that's not where babies go.
Sure, but sure.
Also, you don't have a stroller, so she's on the table?
Right. That's what I mean. What does that mean?
All right. Well, she wants to graduate with a diploma. It's very important to her.
Right.
For Leah.
Right. Because Leah's going to care.
And then also she starts crying. No tears when she says that she can only get a GED.
She has never cried ever in her life.
She wipes nothing with a tissue.
I know. But it's also like, who cares?
Well, she is studying for her pre-GED placement.
Oh, God.
Leah is banging her head on a glass table. She's eating a shoe and she's like, no, go on the paper. On the paper. What do you? No. Bad dog. She doesn't get up one time.
She doesn't get up one time. She's like, the kid is going to understand not to put the flip-flop in her mouth. She's also just so mean. She just yells all the time. Meanwhile, she's like going on live saying that my kid has no trauma because of me.
She has a head trauma. I watched it today.
I saw her eat a flip-flop.
But she banged her head on the glass.
She ate a Haviana in one sitting.
So much fiber. Okay, so now she takes this placement test. She comes home and Gary's friends are over. This is a classic situation. Now, watching the whole thing, it makes a little bit more sense.
Yes, because I feel like I never knew the context of it.
Okay. So she's like, okay, guys, I'm so glad you're all here so I can tell you about my test.
Yes.
We were all sitting at a picnic table and Gary is high as hell with a candle on his head.
They're so high.
Gary has a candle on his head.
Yeah, it was like something like fresh baked candle.
Okay.
Yep.
He's balancing like a tin of weed on his
Yeah.
head.
Uh
And he goes, "Did you guys have a picnic?"
huh. You would think what he said to her though.
She is like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
And then she says,
Mm-hmm.
quote, "I'm sorry that you have a fucking picnic life, bitch."
And it's funny because I always thought she had said, "Have a
Have a
picnic
picnic
life,
life.
bitch." Yep.
Okay. Now they pan to Gary balancing a candle on his head.
Uh huh.
And there's two giant beach coolers in the back, two igloo red
Yes.
coolers.
Yes, there are.
I'm like, is that
Uh-huh.
the refrigerator?
Yeah, they don't have a fridge.
It
They
has
probably
to
have
be,
a
right?
hot plate and igloos.
Um, so they're like, okay, Amber, how did you feel during the test? She's like, well, I was high.
But she said that she was so nervous. She was
But
just so
she was high.
nervous.
She did take her medication pills.
Right. That
So
should
you
that be
went,
nice to Gary pills.
you did GED on Xanax. Honestly,
Uh-huh.
if we're being totally honest,
Yeah.
that is how you're supposed to take your GED test on Xanax.
Really? I'm surprised because I
Yeah.
passed mine.
Well, you would have passed with more flying colors. You could
Yeah,
have been also at a 12-year reading level.
that's true. Oh my God. I've never heard any of this. Can't be real.
This can't be real.
No.
All right, moving on. Last but not least,
The best one.
Farrah.
Actually, they're all the best, to be honest
They're all the
with you at
best.
this point. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to say something before we start.
Say it.
Her mother and her
Uh,
sister
yeah.
are the worst people in this whole world.
100%. This is why Farrah is the way she is. Uh-huh.
I'm like,
Nobody has ever been nice to her whole life.
never, ever, not one
No.
time. Even
There's
when
never
they're being
been a-
nicer, they're not.
No, there's never been a genuine hug, smile, compliment.
¿Dónde está Michael? Anyway,
Michael is, I don't know. Michael's getting beaten backstage by Deb.
backstage. All right, so her grandmother watches Sophia, and she goes out with Shaq. And I got to tell you, he likes
Yeah.
chicken.
Okay, but the
No
way she
kind
kept saying
specifically,
it, right?
But no kind specifically.
Yeah, chicken's his favorite food. She's like, maybe one day I'll make you chicken. I do study culinary arts.
I am an at-home culinary arts
It's
major.
like, wow. Oh yeah, she had to send a picture of her fig pizza in. I'll never forget that.
Oh my God. So she brings Sophia to Shaq's football game with her friend Allie.
She has the biggest earrings on I've ever seen.
She
in
is
my
the
whole
most
life.
business casual I've ever seen. Again, this is
the times, though.
This is the times.
Yeah, this is the time.
I'm like, I know the jewelry
earrings.
party that she bought that necklace at.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
We went to one of them.
Oh, I know we did. I was just thinking that. But like everyone is scowling at her.
Okay, so she leaves. This is her paranoia.
Yeah, right. Because this is her paranoia.
She leaves because everyone is looking at her.
Mm-hmm.
So she.
I think they're looking at the cameras, probably.
Right, but also she's having paranoia.
Yeah.
So she asks Deb to watch Sophia. Basically, like she's gonna put Sophia to bed, and then like she wants to go out. Right.
Deb is in excruciating pain.
Excruciating pain. She's so tired.
Mm-hmm.
She has to get baby's babas.
Deb goes, Farrah, where do you think you need to spend your time?
Yes.
And Farrah goes, wherever it needs
I-
to be spent. It's like she still talks exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. So she tells her that Sophia is not her priority.
Right. But like, I feel like, is that really true? I don't know. They make it seem like
but
that.
That's what I'm saying. They're
true.
so mean to her.
Yeah.
Listen, she's mean, but they're so mean to her. So she's like, you know what? I haven't seen my sister Ashley in a while. I forgot what a raging cunt she is.
She's the meanest person.
Let me go to her apartment because I forgot.
I mean, also she's bringing her shoes. She has like all these shoe boxes in her hand.
Okay,
Weird.
so goes to her new apartment. She has a little chihuahua.
I love this dog.
So what happened? They only paid for Farrah's braces.
Tracy. Again, she is even if they were twins, she's the less oxygen twin.
She has a handful of teeth in her mouth. They're
bad.
all from all different areas in the same store.
Yeah, it's very right. One is from women's, one's from juniors.
Yeah. One's from infants.
One's from men's.
Yeah. What's happening here?
Yeah, it's really bad.
All right. Well,
it's like you're too ugly to be this mean.
You're too ugly to be this mean.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So she's like, Farrah, why aren't you with your daughter?
Farrah's like, can I just get
She's
a break?
like, oh, I'm just here to see your new apartment.
Yeah.
I just thought it would. And she's like, yeah, well, you're a terrible mom.
Mm-hmm.
And your
daughter's not your priority.
Yeah. So Farrah starts doing the Farrah ugly cry.
I was waiting for it because she starts going off, and I'm like, she's gonna start crying. She's gonna start crying.
And then Farrah goes to Big Deb's house.
Okay, at first I thought this was Daddy Derek's grandma.
Oh, 100% no.
Yeah.
Because they share a face. Her and Deb share a face.
Yeah, at first I'm like, who the hell is this woman? This has to be related to Daddy Derek. Then I was like, no, they look too much alike.
This is Deb's. This is
Uh-huh.
Big Deb.
Yeah.
This is Deb Senior.
Yeah, this is Deb Senior.
And even she talks to her like she's like a
yeah,
moron.
yeah. Like even if she was saying like
That's how
nicer,
Deb talks. Though. Yeah, but that's
she's
how
talking
Deb
mean.
talks.
Yeah, that obviously that's Deb's mom.
Yeah,
That ain't
she was like,
Michael's
"Do you want to
mom.
go to heaven with us?"
Right.
It's like, yeah, can we go now?
It's true though. I feel bad for Farrah for once in my life.
Yeah.
Because just nobody is nice to her. And it's like, this is why she has all these issues. It's sad.
Just saying.
Yep.
Well, guys, you know what's not sad? Joining our Patreon, patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast. Follow our podcast at Trash Talk Podcast on YouTube and on TikTok. Teen Mom Trash Talk on Instagram. Teen Mom Podcast on Twitter. Noelle's at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. TraceyCarnazzo.com for all of our podcast related stuff and all of my stand-up comedy tour dates. Also,
yeah,
leave us a 5-star rating and an amazing review on whatever platform you listen to us on. Join our group, Teen Mom Trash Talk Podcast listeners on Facebook. The password to get in is Besties, BESTIES. And we'll see you next week.
amazing.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.